football fans. This is the ESPN LA USC Trojan Media Network.
Presented by Pechanga Resort Casino.
Are you ready for some football?
Here we go, Saturday, August 30th, 2025. Are we ready for the return of USC football?
You are listening to USC Football, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino.
Touchdown, USC! Today at the Coliseum, Lincoln Riley and the USC Trojans return for the 2025 season and host the Missouri State Bears. USC, Missouri State, the countdown to kickoff.
Ignition sequence start.
2 hours until kickoff at the Coliseum.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI.
And the Trojans take over on down. How do you do?
Brought to you by
YETI. We make gear that helps you stay out longer, travel farther, and live harder.
Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC Football.
Stone Brewing, proud partner of USC Athletics.
And by Invesco QQQ, the official ETF partner of the USC Trojans.
USC football gets ready to kick off the 2025 season.
Now, here's the Trojan Tailgate Show with Jordan Moore
Sean Cody, Sua Cravens,
and Cody Kessler.
Hello and welcome back to the award-nominated Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. We are back in our favorite place, but a new spot in our favorite place. Look at this. Look at this beautiful view we have behind us of the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. We are up in the peristyle, up with the people who are welcome to join us this season, and I'm with my people. I'm Jordan Moore. That's the All-American Sean Cody, our playmaker Sua Cravens, and the quarterback Cody Kessler. Back with you guys, and what do you think of our spot here, Sean?
Oh, beautiful, guys. We're look at, overlooking the whole thing. We get to be with the fans here. I couldn't ask for a better spot.
I don't like it.
What a surprise. Sua, there's all these plaques here memorializing some of the greats in Los Angeles history. I have not found yours yet.
Next year.
This is what we're doing? This is what we're doing.
2 minutes in, and Jordan's already fired.
No, just point it out.
This is why we need an HR department for the tailgate show, so I can submit some complaints, because the verbal lashings that I take for all 12 weeks is ridiculous. You never defend me, and you never defend me. And no, I don't have a plaque hanging up around here because I was gypped out of All-American honor.
There's an All-American plaque up here. These are real ladies. These are like
Charles Paddock,
iconic people here.
This is my last segment of the day.
Cody, welcome back. Good to see you. How's your off season, man? You're big time now.
No, I'm not big. That's Sua's big time now. He's got a show on Monday, a show Wednesday, squeezing us in on Saturday. Thank you for being here, Sua. I'm sorry. I know I'm already going after him, but it's been great. You know what? This is the best time of the year. It's fall. USC football's back. Everyone's looking forward to that national championship at the end of the season. Hopes are high, but you can't get there unless you handle business in week 1.
Yeah, it's year 4 under Lincoln Riley. And, listen, the last 2 years, certainly not what he'd want them to be, is at least in terms of the record. And we go into year 4, Sean, and it's an interesting time because there's so much optimism around the program. A lot of positive changes. We'll get into the program in great shape in a lot of ways. A lot of mystery, though, about what we're going to see this season and on the field.
Yeah, this thing's got to start taking a turn, Jordan, if you're being honest here. We're at 26-14 in the Lincoln Riley era. Get started early with that 11-3 season, and since then it's kind of been a slow go here. So this is the year 4 here, where Lincoln's got to get this thing turned around. We started kind of in the portal trying to pull in transfers, and now it's gone to a developmental cycle, and I think that's where he wants to be. So this is the year, this is the time he's got to start getting this thing headed in the right direction, I think.
Yeah. What are your expectations for this season, Sua?
I'm being a realist. I think the floor for this team is 9 wins. I think that's very possible. Very favorable schedule. It's not the hardest. We don't play the big dogs necessarily of this Big Ten conference. So USC has a chance to take advantage of a lot of wins that they are, quote-unquote, supposed to take care of. And I just feel like this, like Sean said, it's time. It's time for this offense to show us what we've all been waiting for. We want to see the deep shots. We want to see the RPO alive and well. We want to see a run game. And what better way to start than with Missouri State?
Yeah, it certainly gives some opportunity here in the first 2 weeks, Cody, for some of that mystery to show some answers, with his team. Not a huge expectation that they're in jeopardy of losing. You never know, and you want to respect your opponent. But, maybe we'll get some answers here before we really get into the teeth of this schedule.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter who you're playing today, though. Expectations are always going to be high here at USC. And like Sean mentioned, they win 11 games early on in Lincoln Riley's first season. They're a play away or a hamstring injury away from a college football playoff. And in the last 2 years, you win 13 games combined, not counting bowl games in 2 seasons. That's just not good enough, right? USC has to get back to being a team that can compete for conference championships, that can compete for the college football playoff, and things are happening off the field. We all see that, right? And there's a lot of excitement around this program and new coaches and new staff members and a lot of players in the transfer portal, but if it doesn't translate to wins on the field, none of it matters. So I expect USC and Lincoln Riley to get back on track this season.
Yeah, we're calling that the Chad Bowden effect. That was the biggest change in the program this offseason. They bring in a GM whose clear job is to energize recruiting, energize the things that go into recruiting now. There's a lot more to it than just giving a great pitch in the room, and it seems to be working, Sean. There was so much positivity around this program off the field.
Yeah, great offseason for USC. If you're following the hype train behind everything seems to be going in the right direction. That's what you want to hear. You listen to Chad speak. He's all about energy. Guy, he exudes it when you talk to him, and you think about the roster he developed at Notre Dame. You're hoping to see that here at USC. But I think one of the biggest things he can do is just clear the plate for Lincoln Riley a little bit and take some of that recruiting stuff off the plate, take some of the other off-the-field stuff that Lincoln now could concentrate just on offense, just on what he's got on his group. So I think that's the biggest thing that Chad can help provide.
Some other changes, Sua. The strength coach change. Trumaine Carroll comes in from Kansas State. Some position coach changes, most notably Rob Ryan, a big character that a lot of people know, come in. Anything stand out to you from the either position group or the strength coach that could really have an immediate effect?
I just like the overall moves and the decision making. We're plugging the holes in the ship. We've had a lot of questions about the D-line and O-line, the size of the Trojans. Can they last in the Big Ten? They're a finesse team. They're not necessarily a power team, and we're addressing that with these hires and changes. And I love that we bring in Coach Ryan, that NFL mind, that NFL experience to get into these games where we need that type of personality on the field to calm some of these young boys down.
I can't believe – I still feel like I'm dreaming that Rob Ryan is a coach. It's pretty funny. And he's not even a coordinator or a head coach. He's a position coach. He could be with his feet up on a beach right now in Cancun drinking a beer, but instead he's here late on in his career because he believes in Lincoln Riley and he believes in Danton Lynn and he believes in this USC football team.
Yeah, it's great to have an old-school coach like that.
Oh, I love it.
He's a great character, but don't get it lost. He's a great coach, too. I mean, and that's ultimately what it comes down to. Can he make that room better? Women's basketball has some big-time talent. They have the number one player in the country coming in Jazzy Davidson. If you're watching this on YouTube, that is her on the right. They have Kennedy Smith coming back, maybe the best defensive player in the country. Obviously Juju Watkins, rehabbing from her injury. But get your season ticket deposits in now, usctrojans.com/WBB deposits. All right, we got so much more to come. Drake London's going to be live on this show. We're going to talk about the team personnel coming up next on the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI.
You're all get together and thinking and me say we come everybody. No more spend come over your leg come sorrow. Another one bite the dose.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You put on the biggest event of the year every single weekend, surviving the strongest storms, meeting chaos with composure. You roll up your sleeves to roll out the red carpet, because the end of the night for you is the beginning of the rest of their lives. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Trojan fans. At Ralph's, you get high quality and low prices, so you never have to compromise your budget. Save on thousands of items throughout the store. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. And don't let someone else drive off in the Audi model you always wanted. Visit your Southern California Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today, or visit SoCalAudiDealers.com for more information. There we are. We're just, if you're looking at the screen, we're just to the right of the Peristyle, out in that corner on this historic piece of land in Los Angeles. So I'm not sure that's my good side that they're showing here on the YouTube, but that's why Sue is here to give us a little personality. We always bring it here on the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sue Cravens, Cody Kessler with you. The main character, Sue has got main character energy. We need some of that from Jaden Mayava. He is the quarterback of this team, maybe the most under the radar quarterback in my time around USC. But Cody, going into the season, he is the clear-cut guy. I mean, there was a competition in the sense that there's always a competition, but there was never really a competition. It doesn't sound like it was close. He's the man.
Yeah, you've always got to have that competition here at USC, and USC has some very good quarterbacks in the waiting right now. But this is Jaden Mayava's shot. I mean, we've talked all offseason about, can he be that guy under Lincoln Riley? Can he be the next great one to get USC over the hump? And I truly believe that he can. And look, I know today is not a tough opponent, and it's not someone that is really going to test how well he's going to play this whole season, but you can't overlook this, right? We talked all about him being better with decision-making and timing and accuracy and all those things. If you want to be great, you've got to treat today like a nameless, faceless opponent and set the foundation and the tone for the rest of the season for when the schedule does get tougher.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the numbers, and I think, Sue, looking at it last year, there were moments, maybe more than flashes. There were stretches, where he was lights out. But ultimately, there were a lot of inconsistency, a lot of plays left on the field, particularly in the beginning of games. It seemed like it took him some time to warm up into some of those games. I was just looking at the completion percentage. He was at 59.8. In the same offense in the same season, Miller Moss was at 64.4%. The previous year, Caleb Williams was at 68.6%. So there's plays that are left out there that they need made this year.
There's definitely room for improvement, but if you go back and look at the games he did play last year, it's a little touches of Sam Darnold, I think, in his game, where you get the highs of the highs, where he's scrambling around for 20 yards in the backfield and finds a man open down the field, and it ends up being a great play that, turns into a game-winning drive and whatnot. And then you see the flip side of that, where that gunslinging attitude can get you in trouble with a few questionable turnovers, and even late in games where we have chances to win, like we did against Notre Dame. So you want a mix of both. You want to have that confidence as to what Cody said, this quarterback situation, he's got to take it by the helm and be in control of what he does next. He can't worry about what everybody else is going to say or the questions about if he's the guy. I think he solidified that, being the starter. But nonetheless, we got to see him ball for the next 4 or 5 weeks consistent.
And for me, it's leadership, guys. You got to take that next step as a leader. Last year, he didn't get that offseason with the team. Going into the season, Miller Moss was the leader, and he was going to lead that ship, and he was thrown into that situation where he had to take helm for the last 4 games. But to me, it's that leadership aspect. This team's got to believe you, not just the offense. It's got to be the defense, and you got to take care of the ball, and that's when the defense start believing you. Yeah, he's got to use his legs a little more and make a few more passes, but that leadership piece, I think, is going to be huge this year for the whole team to buy in for him.
Cody, the stars of this offense are the 2 receivers, and it harkens back a little bit more to your era and the years before you, when it was really just 2 guys. Maybe sometimes it was a 3rd guy. These last few years, it's been trying to feed 5 and 6 mouths, kind of because of the portal and this era where you got to pay guys. You can't really do that anymore. I think it might be beneficial for this team, because now you have the 2 guys, Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane. They should be up for 10 targets a game. They'll be in great rhythm. They got to stay healthy, but it's a little bit more of that pro style, like, got our 1A and 1B.
Yeah, I'm excited for Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane. We know what they can do, and those are going to be the stars on this offense. But a guy that I'm looking forward to watching today is Tanuke Hines, right? And I was very surprised to see that he got the starting role because of his age, not because of his skill set. I went back and watched his tape. 6'1", 195-pounder out of Houston, Texas. He is extremely, extremely talented, very good with the ball in his hands, a clear, precise, clean route runner. Does a great job of understanding spacing and timing, and that's very rare to see from a young player. So I guarantee you throughout fall camp, Jaden Mayava Valiava. And Coach Riley and the rest of this staff saw that they can trust this guy to be in the right spot when he needs to be there. So he'll be another guy that can help Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane here today in the Coliseum.
Yeah, and you can see there from our graphic, the top 2 guys came back, but the guys behind them have transferred on to other places. Sean, the stars on defense to me are Eric Gentry and Kamar Ramsey, but the unit I'm most excited about is the defensive line, and that's the area that it seems like they have addressed the most, both in development and the transfer portal going into this season. They brought in guys like Keyshawn Silver and Jamal Jarrett. Those guys aren't necessarily at the top of the depth chart, but they give them so many more options as they go into a Big Ten.
Yeah, it wasn't enough last year, right? You look at the way teams were able to rush the ball on the Trojans last year, and the lack of pressure up front as a unit just wasn't enough. 21 sacks on the year, that's not getting it done. You got to put more pressure up front, and they addressed in the offseason, bringing in 2 big bodies like Keyshawn Silver and Josh Jarrett. I think 2 great additions, and it provides depth to me, Jordan. When you play defensive line, you're a big guy out there. You're not going to play. It's not realistic to play 80, 90 plays a game for a big fella. You got to keep guys fresh. If it was me and Mike Patterson, there was a Cedric Ellis and a Fili Moala behind us, Emmanuel Wright. You got to have bodies out there. You got to rotate guys, keep them fresh, keep them hydrated out there, because today's going to be hot. And early in the season, big guy like me, I'm pulling up the cramps anyways, Jordan. I'm getting tight. My ham's getting tight right now. Feet going up the stairs.
Jarrett and Silver at a combined weight of 690 pounds. That's a lot of beef in the middle of the defense.
That was Sua's squat back his freshman year.
It's Devin Tompkins and Judea Basiri who are at the top of the depth chart. So we'll see how that shakes out on the inside. A lot of change to USC men's basketball as well. We talked about women going into the last break, but get your men's basketball tickets, usctrojans.com/MBB deposits. Chad Baker-Mazzara just was on a Final Four team, has come over from Auburn. Rodney Rice from Maryland. Those are 2 of your real star players, but this should be a real good squad for USC men's basketball next season. All right, time to talk offense. That's next in the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
Sir, it seems that the Gladiator is getting a lot of positive social sentiment.
Innovation changes everything. With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Intensity doesn't ask for permission. In the fit, it's presence. On the turf, it's power. In the gym, that's discipline. In the shadows, under pressure, off the clock. There's no on or off. It's just who I am.
Listening to USC football.
Hear every moment of
inside scoop on this game and all things Trojans. Be sure to sign up for the 3 Torches presented by Smart and Final. It's a free newsletter. Look your email inbox 3 times a week with game info, player insights, and more. Go to usctrojans.com/3torches and sign up. And introducing Celaya Tequila, brought to you by USC football legends Matt and Ryan Khalil. Celebrate your story with a homegrown spirit, Celaya Tequila. Back inside the Coliseum, Jordan Moore, Sean, Cody, Sua Cravens, and Cody Kessler. It's time for the offensive game plan.
The USC Trojans offensive game plan is brought to you by I Trust Capital.
I Trust Capital is the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans.
If USC wants to be dominant on the offensive side of the ball this year, then Jade Mayava needs to show that he can take his quarterback play to the next level. In his 4 starts last year, we saw a fair amount of good plays to where he was exciting, and we saw the potential that he has in this offense. But we also saw some plays that were negative and concerning if they don't get addressed and fixed going forward. I want to take a look at a couple plays from the bowl game against Texas A&M last year and show you where he can improve on some of those mistakes, but also build off of the good plays. You're going to see Mekhi Lemon here at the bottom of your screen push up to the hash and get vertical. He's going to take the corner and the safety out of the play. Lake McCree is going to sneak out of the backfield on a little wheel route, but Jaden Mayava tries to make the hero play and throw it over the top instead of letting the play develop. And you can see Lake McCree there at the bottom of your screen would be a walk-in touchdown. But again, he forces this throw. He doesn't go through his process, and he doesn't get to his next progression, and we get a turnover. This next play here, it's a 2-man concept. You're going to have a post at the top of your screen by Mekhi Lemon and a deep crossing route by Jacoby Lane at the bottom. They're going to be dead from the start. Mekhi Lemon gets jammed. He doesn't get off the play. Jacoby Lane and Mekhi Lemon are on top of each other, but Jaden Mayava has time in the pocket to step up, recognize that, and throw it away. But instead, he tries to make the hero play again and forces it into triple coverage. There's 3 Aggie defenders around the football with Lane and Lemon right on top of each other, and another interception. Now you give the Aggies great field position as well when you're backed up. You can't do that. But the positives and things that he bounced back with, and this was on last drive of this game, you're going to see a deep in cut here by Jacoby Lane at the bottom of the screen. This is a perfect rep. Texas A&M's defensive end is going to come upfield. You're going to see Jaden Mayava recognize this, rip through, protect the football so the defensive end can't get a hand on it, reestablish his base, keep his eyes downfield, and throw a perfect throw right here, right in the face mask of Jacoby Lane. That accuracy is so important so that I can make a play after the catch and I don't just get tackled right away. It's another 10, 15 yards after the catch, and USC is moving. That is awesome to see after those early turnovers. And then the last play here you're going to see is a double slant. This is the last play to win the game to Kyle Ford at the top of your screen. They are in a red 4 defense here, or a cover 4 quarters look down at the goal line. His eyes, he's reading that nickel defender, and it tells me that he is doing this perfectly because you can see his eyes are staring right at him. As soon as that nickel defender takes a step inside, I reset outside, and I throw a perfect ball on the face mask of Kyle Ford to win this football game. Guys, there were some negatives, but there were also a lot of positive. I think it's so important to note, after throwing 3 interceptions in this game, it would have been easy for Jaden Mayava to shut down, to regress, but he found a way to overcome that and show you how he can go out there and win you football games, and we're going to have to see a lot more of that today, Jordan, if USC wants to have a chance to be dominant on offense in 2025.
Yeah, and this season certainly, but the good news for Jaden Mayava, not all the pressure is on him. We had Lincoln Riley on Trojans Live this week, Sean. He was effusive, clear, about his praise for his running back room. He has real belief. He said, this is going to be, I'd be surprised if this is not the best running back room that we've had in his time here. And, last year was pretty damn good with Woody Marks. So, take us through what you see from the back. Yeah,
you lose a big Woody Marks there, big loss for him, but they reload here. It seems like every year with Lincoln Riley in that running back room, you got really 3 guys, I think, and I think each guy brings something different, right? You look at Eli Sanders, brought him in. He's a 5'10", more of a speedster back. Brian Jackson, we saw him in action last year, big, powerful back, and run hard. And then Wayman Jordan, a community college guy. You think, he's just playing a community college, but been high praise for him, and he can kind of do it all, kind of that mid-in-between guy who Lincoln Riley's going to count on. So a well-rounded group, and I think each one of those guys really brings something unique to the room.
So we know the offensive line is ultimately what has to bring it all together. They got kind of a bad break this offseason with this DJ Wingfield situation. They brought him in to be a starting guard. Who knows how it would have shaken out. But the courts, I guess, are keeping that from happening based on what state you live in, is based on what court ruling you get. That's where college football is at right now. But they're relying now on a lot of development players to lead that offensive line. Guys that have been in this program 2, 3, 4 years. Guys that were leaned upon in that Vegas Bowl and used that as a springboard into this season.
Well, I think 100% if we were in a certain conference that we would have got a certain approval from certain judges. And, I like to believe in conspiracy theories, but it's crazy. Never mind. We have the depth at O-line to really make something shake this year. We're going to have to prove it in the run game, though. I'm not worried about anything else. If these guys can protect in the pocket, that's fine. But most importantly, all 5 of these guys are going to have to be consistent in the run game, be physical for every team we're playing this year.
I'm proud of you right there. I thought you were about to go in week 1 on another conference, and you caught yourself. You brought it back in. You brought it back. It's a new and improved Sua. I love it.
Already a nice win today. Already a nice win today for the Big Ten over the SEC. That's how Sua had his breakfast this morning.
Yes.
He chewed up all that Arch Manning news. He was just enjoying himself. Big day for the Big Ten already. Trojans looking to add to it. USC women's volleyball huge in this conference, the Big Ten. They're a top 25 team. They're coming up against LSU at SEC school. The Hispanic Heritage Celebration, that's on Friday, September 19. First 500 fans get a Los Troyanos tote bag. USCTrojans.com/tickets. Defensive game plan is next on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at iTrustCapital.com.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun. That means keeping the games going. Coming to the rescue when the floaty is too floppy. And delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Oh, do you have any peach?
High noon, sun's up.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. You might not be related, but you're still family. You don't just give an extra hand. You give your whole heart and a whole lot of muscle. Because it feels good to raise up the community that raised you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. USC football is back, and Tuesday morning we'll be talking about it on the debut of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show, Tuesday at 7 a.m. on your home of the Trojans, ESPN LA. Fight on!
Hey, Trojan fans, at Ralph's you get high quality and low prices so you never have to compromise your budget. Save on thousands of items throughout the store. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. And Trojan fans, you can listen to USC football and all the biggest college football and basketball games on the TuneIn app. It's free internet radio. We're back live on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. Some of your 2025 Trojans already out on the field getting warm. Won't be hard to get warm today. It is a hot one here in the Collie. Time to talk defense. It's our defensive game plan.
The USC Trojans defensive game plan is brought to you by LifeLaw.
Injury law made simple.
Welcome everybody. My name is Sua Cravens. I'm sure you guys know. I'm not like Cody. I don't live in the past, so I don't have plays from last year because it's a completely different team with, transfer portal and all that good stuff. So I'm just going to name a few things I feel like USC needs to do this year to ensure at least a conference championship appearance. First is stopping the run and getting after the passer. We've seen it in the recruiting trail. We brought in guys like Baby Thanos coming in to stop that run, shore up that D-line. Also, we need our star players to remain healthy like Eric Gentry, the 6'5", 6'4", 6'6" product in the inside. He has to be available all 12 games for the Trojans to have a chance this year. And lastly, we need our guys to be guys every single weekend. We need to win the one-on-one matchups, especially when our players are better than their players. And I'm looking at Kamari Ramsey, who is a projected first-round pick if he were to go to the draft this year, who decided to come back, did not leave, didn't take the money, didn't take the cash that was out there. He said, I'm going to stay in L.A. and lead by example, and he needs to do it all season long for USC to be successful.
Yeah, Sua's right on with those names. Those are the guys that need to really step up, I think, for this defense this year at all levels with Kamari, Eric Gentry, and definitely the D-line up front. But for me, it's taking that next step in this Dantlin defense. Last year, I thought it was a great job of him getting the guys together, being all on the same page. You didn't see a lot of a lot of bad plays on the back end. You weren't losing coverages. You weren't in the wrong spots. You guys were. But now this year, I think they need to make that next step. And to me, that next step is it's tackles for loss. It's sacks. You look at these numbers kind of ugly in the tackles for loss and sacks. We went over the sacks already. 21 not good enough in the year, but only what do we got? 53 TFLs last year. That's definitely not good enough. That ranks in the bottom of college football. So those are two things that if you can, as well as take that next step as a defense, make those big plays. I think that's something you can look for in this defense because Dan Lin wants to play that excellent defense, and those are things you got to do.
Eric Gentry is back, as you guys mentioned. Good stat for Eric Gentry. He led the team in tackles for loss. Bad stat for the team. He did that in 5 games. I mean, he knocked that out in 5 games, and nobody caught him. But Cody, even Mayava has talked about it. He makes life really difficult on opposing quarterbacks with that wingspan, with his range, and they need him out there all season long to be a star player.
Yeah, look, one guy doesn't win and lose you football games, but you can notice a significant difference of this defense when 18's on the field and when he's not on the field. He is the definition of a unicorn. I know we joke about it and call him that, but he is that. With his size and his skill set and his ability to move sideline to sideline in Danton Lynn's defense, he is a perfect fit in this scheme. Everything that you need to be able to do in Danton Lynn's defense is all around versatility, and Eric Gentry is exactly that. If USC wants to be dominant on the field this year, Sua said it perfectly. 18 needs to be healthy and he needs to be out there for all year.
Kamari Ramsey-Sua is the other one. He's got that 7. I love that 7 on a safety. We've had some great ones here. He made some plays last year, but he did sort of test the NFL waters. We were worried he was going to leave. He comes back. You have to take advantage of that. Be a nice spine of this team. We talked about the inside guys in the previous segment. Talk about Gentry. Ramsey is that quarterback in the back.
You just said it, the quarterback of the back, and he has to be the engine of this defense and the brains. He has to be the guy that can get everybody lined up and be in control of this young, inexperienced secondary. I know DeCarlos is back. I know we got a transfer in Harvey at DB, but none of these guys have really played together. So Ramsey has to be the guy that can get them lined up. And what Coach Lynn wants to do is make adjustments on the fly, make audibles, confuse quarterbacks in the middle of a game. And in order to do that, you need a guy at safety that can get these young guys lined up, especially in a 2-minute drill. So I'm looking forward to Kamari to stepping up to that role and being a true leader.
Sean, I don't really know where we're at corner. When I talk about there's some mysteries around this team, I'm looking forward to seeing over the first couple weeks of this season. And maybe we won't even get some of those answers because it does seem like they're a little banged up there. We'll get some injury stuff going on later. But just looking at the depth chart, maybe not the names I expected to be on there. I don't know. Break down that corner situation.
Yeah, you got DeCarlos Nicholson back there who's coming back. We didn't know if we're going to get him back. And then you had a guy like DJ Harvey. Those are 2 starters coming into this one. I think Marcellus Williams is going to get some reps out there today. Obviously, the big loss was with Prophet Brown. Looks like he's not going to be able to go for a while there. And then Chasen Johnson might be questionable for today. So I think what you can expect is DJ Harvey and you can DeCarlos Nicholson right there. You see Marcellus Williams will probably get some action. I don't know if Alex Graham's available. So definitely
banged up too. Yeah. That's a freshman who a lot of people
we're high on.
We're talking about. So
I think a guy like Bishop Fitzgerald, though, is going to be a huge addition. I think that's a big upgrade from last year and what we were dealing with. And I think Bishop Fitzgerald from NC State is going to be a nice him and Kamari Ramsey back there rolling them and picking each other up. I think will be a great look.
And truth be told, the schedule is a little bit like last year where some of your better passing offenses aren't till the middle and the end of the schedule. So maybe that group can sort of round into form. I remember last year the passing defense numbers were phenomenal in the beginning of the season because they played a bunch of teams that never passed the ball, and then it changed a little bit as the season went on. Big Ten has a sort of a wide range of opponents, and we'll see that throughout the season. Women's soccer, they're off to a great start, 3-0-1 already, and they have a real showdown coming up on Thursday against Stanford at their brand new home. Get out to Rollinson Stadium if you have not been yet. Just a gorgeous facility for women's soccer and ultimately women's lacrosse. It's Trojan Legacy Night, usctrojans.com/tickets. More of the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI coming up next.
Personal injury suits can be scary and full of questions. How can I pay for it? If I've been in an accident, who fixes my car? Who pays my medical bills? And will it all be worth it in the end? LifeLaw simplifies the process, answering your questions and more by providing 24/7 support that's clear and precise, while offering the latest in technology to let you know where your case stands at all times. Good news. LifeLaw. Injury law.
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
Hey man,
Do you have a non-alcoholic beer that
actually tastes good? I think you mean athletic.
Excuse me? Do you have that great non-alcoholic beer?
Aisle 7.
Found it.
Do you have a favorite non-alcoholic beer on the menu? Ah.
Athletic it is.
She's funny.
Sir, it seems that the Gladiator is getting a lot of positive social sentiment.
Innovation changes everything. With one investment, you can access the NASDAQ 100 innovators who are rethinking the world. Before investing, carefully read and consider fund investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
My show, The Rich Eisen Show, is coming to ESPN LA on Tuesday, September 2nd at 9 a.m., just in time for kickoff of the football season.
Hey, USC Trojans, Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. Show up to donate blood to help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition USC Trojan tee and save lives. Go to big10.org/Abbott, ABBOTT, to get in the game. And Stone IPA has inspired a generation of brewers and beer lovers. Made in Southern California, Stone Brewing's first anniversary ale continues to be today's iconic West Coast style IPA. Crisp, light bodied and packed with hoppy flavor, located at fine.stonebrewing.com. Sean, as long as it's cold, that would be ideal right now.
Yes, Jordan, I knew I said this was a fantastic place to be in the Coliseum, but also quite warm, guys. We're going to have to layer today with a lot of with sunblock. It's warm. It's warm out here, guys. Get a little sweaty.
I'm pretty sure it would have been hot down there, too. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's just hot everywhere here. Between us and the sun, that's our impact matchup. Let's get to the team's impact matchup today.
The USC Impact Matchup of the Week is brought to you by Invesco QQQ.
Invesco QQQ. Explore with Invesco QQQ. Fight on.
Fight on.
Now, the Impact Matchup of the Week.
All right, it's USC versus Missouri State. It's Missouri State's first game as an FBS team. So listen, if it's not a win today, it's panic stations all around. So my question for you guys is, besides getting the win, what are you looking forward to seeing today? What do you want to see today? Start with you, Sean.
Yeah, a million things to watch. I'm gonna let Cody talk about the offense, but I think defensively, what I need to see are those splash plays. You know, you think about last year, we talked about it a little bit. You think about last year, you saw defenses that were in the right positions, kind of a bend don't break kind of atmosphere. I want this defense can take control of games. Can this defense take the next step and take over games? Can it win games? That's the next step. Like we talked about, the TFL's not good enough. The sack's not good enough. Turnover's not good enough. You need those kind of plays to get off the field. USC did a great job on third down last year. Fourth down, they really struggled, over 50%. So you stopped them on third down, but the team's got a chance. They were picking it up on fourth down. So got to have those splash plays to play great defense, and those come with those when those guys, especially on the front side, are making plays, getting after the quarterback.
Suacho's offense.
Yeah, offense, I want to see a real RPO run game, but I want to see us utilize this 1-2 punch we have in the backfield. Wayman Jordan and Eli Sanders. We've had running backs in the past that we kind of just left in the stable and didn't take advantage of. I felt like this year we have no excuse not to use Sanders out of the backfield as a scat back, especially on third down when you have that dime linebacker in the game and they want to try to stay big on the inside. You can get a mismatch every single time on third down. And Wayman Jordan, he has the Ashton Genty type of build. I like the way he runs the ball. I know, high praise, and we're going to get to see it today.
So real quick, Sue, do you think it will be Sanders and Jordan as a 1-2, or do you think it'll be Jackson with them as part of like each guy has a role?
I think it makes.
We're just guessing.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense for each guy to have a role, but also it can't be so exclusive to that to where when one guy comes in, they're passing the ball. Like it can't be that obvious, and that helps to go with 12 packages where you got two backs in the game and one maybe stays in the block and the other runs out on the route, or they both are running the ball, or it's wildcat. You can do a lot of things with two elusive backs that can stay in to confuse the defense at the end of the day.
Cody, we talked about Lemon and Lane. What do we have besides that?
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at who's going to be that wide receiver 3 this year. year for USC. I know I mentioned Tanu Kynes gets to start today alongside Lane and Lemon. But after that, I think we're going to see a lot more guys rotate in this game and get an opportunity. And some of the guys that I got my eye on this week are Prince Strawn, the Boise State transfer. Big 6'5" frame. I think he can be a weapon down there in the red zone. I'm also looking at Zacharias Williams, the Utah transfer, a guy that was predicted to be very good on their offense last year or this year, but then came over here to USC. And then some of the guys that have been here for a while, and Jaden Richardson, Jay Fair, DJ Jordan. And I know we're talking about wide receivers specifically, but that third receiving option could also come from the tight end room. Lake McCree is another guy to keep your eye on, and I really like what I've seen from Walker Lyons this fall.
All right, it's time to check in with the fifth member of our Trojan Tailgate Show team. Is it nice and cool down on the sideline? Sean believes it's only hot up here, Keely. How is it down there?
It is hot, but let me tell you guys that right before we went to cut to me, the wind picked up. So I think it's the broadcasting god's curse on me. But other than that, I've been down here for a while. It is hot with no breeze. It's going to be a tough one tonight.
Yeah, we'll take the breeze up here for sure. Keely joining us from the sideline. We'll talk to her about the team and whatnot, but she's always getting your questions and getting you to be a part of this broadcast. What is the fan question for today, Keely?
Our fan question for the week comes from Steven, who said, besides Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane, which starters will be household names by the end of the season?
Good question. Each of you guys can pick somebody different. John?
I already answered this on the victory pod, so I'll let them get first pick.
Come up with a different answer.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I would say Wayman Jordan.
That's who I picked.
But I'll switch it up and even say Zach Williams. We got the transfer from Utah. He would be Utah's best receiver had he decided to stay, and he's not even getting a start, which is praise to our receiving room, but dark horse story for the guy that's going to be maybe the number 3 or 4 receiver coming off the bench.
I'd like to see Jay Fair maybe come to life. He had a little action last year, coming from Auburn. Maybe this year a little more in the past game here to get him going.
I'm going to go. They went offense. I'm going to go defense. I'm going to go
yes,
Cameron Fountain.
That was what I was going to say.
I expect Cameron Fountain to have a big year. I'd love to see double-digit sacks. No one's had double-digit sacks in 2022 and Tuipulotu. USC is searching for that dominant pass rusher. I think Cameron Fountain can be that guy.
Then I'll go a little inside of him and say Devin Tompkins.
Love it.
You know, I think it was funny, Sean. I was listening to you talk, and you were talking about yourself and Mike Patterson, and I was talking about Josh Jarrett and Keyshawn Silver. But truth be told, when we were really dominant at that spot, it was more guys with your body type. You weren't playing at 330, or Mike wasn't playing at 360. Tompkins is a little bit more like you guys.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how you want to use those guys. Like a Tompkins body, those are the guys you want to get up the field, make plays up the field. You're not asking him to hold a bunch. You want him to get up the field and make the plays, and that's the kind of players that Mike Patterson, those guys, Cedric Ellis, those guys, those body types, you get them up the field. Not going to be huge, just sitting there on the line like a John and a Silver, but guys like that can make plays in the backfield.
Keely, we took some names off the board for you, but you have another one to throw out there?
No, I'm just going to copy Cody and say Wayman Jordan. I think that's an easy one to pick. I know.
That's why, we podcast. We do podcasts.
You must listen to the podcast.
That is the kind of thing we would kill Cody for, Keely, in fairness.
Keely, you must listen to the podcast.
Yeah, but I'm more
just
fun
trying
than
to
Cody.
be fair to the guys.
Look, you guys are lucky you're up there. I'll find you. I'll find you at the end when we do our picks.
Whoa! All right, we're gonna catch up with you in a little bit. First, we're gonna promote the next week's football game. You got to come out here. Hey guys, anyone know who the head coach of Georgia Southern is?
No idea.
I haven't been following.
Birdie's new.
Guess we'll find out next week as USC takes on Georgia Southern. Same 4:30 kick. Tickets are as low as $45. So lock them in. USCTrojans.com.
Haircut costs more than $45.
Join us at the Coliseum. Looks good too, Sean. Thanks. All right, we got more. We're going to look at our opponent next, Missouri State, coming up on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
As the head honcho at Buzzballs Land, it's my life's mission to make sure that Buzzballs premixed cocktails are as bold and delicious as you've come to expect. One way that we do that is by playing music for the plants, like so. Man, them thing juicy, and you know they round. Take one sip, baby, I'm in Flavor Town. What what you want, baby. I'm the buzzball man. Making them bands with the ball-shaped can. Come on. Buzzball, buzzball, buzzball.
In the natural rhythm of travel, two forces quarry against one another. Bad fast. Time becomes foe, creating chaos and misfortune at every happenstance. No shirt nor sock is safe from the upheaval. Good fast. Well, you can only find that at Ontario International Airport. Like a perfectly balanced ecosystem, ONT provides non-stop ease and stress-free travel. Because in the airport kingdom, faster is always better.
USC football. And now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, 710 ESPN, and always on the new ESPN LA app.
Look who we found. He's here early. This is our guy. This is why you got a real leader shows up early. We got the man, Drake London, one of the great receivers in USC football history, back in the Coliseum. What's going on, Drake?
Not much.
Welcome to the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. Sounds like we are on inside the house, too. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sue Cravens, Cody Kessler. Going into a big season, though, Drake. But first here, back in the Coliseum, how's it feel? It wasn't that long. You're a young alum. It feels like it was a minute ago that you were out there. What's it like to come back as an NFL guy?
Oh, it's amazing. Just Cali in itself, being back is amazing, But being here at the Coliseum where everything really started for me was – it means the world to me, So if I could be down here, I'm going to.
Yeah, a week off. How about that? A week off, and he's back here. Right. Oh, man, I don't know if I might be in Cabo somewhere. Thanks for coming back, Dre. That's nice of you, man. A fellow jorts man as well, too. I was noticing the jorts. So we got that in common. But, Drake, what's it going to feel like, man, to lead that team out today? But you got to be excited about getting the old boys out, getting them going, excited for the season opener here.
No, it's an honor. I mean, they hit me up and asked me if I wanted to be a tunnel captain.
Who, Jordan called you?
And they asked me to be a tunnel captain, and that's just an absolute honor. So I had to come down here and support the guys and kick the season off right.
This is a full circle moment because I think when I became full-time with the crew, you were still on the team, and I was running them out the tunnel. So now it's like we've switched roles, except I don't have $100 million. And
I ain't got that.
One of the NFL's best receivers.
Are we counting other people's money on this show?
No, I'm just stating facts. I mean, you did that. That's a finable offense. Okay, but a few questions. How tall are you? Because we're almost eye to eye.
No. Oh my God.
We got video proof.
A resounding no.
I mean,
you might have needed another body to bring him down.
Get your shoes real quick.
It's the hair. It's his hair.
You might have needed that bracket safety to bring him down there. I need some help on that one.
Last thing. Dang, I want to ask you a few. Okay, I'll
go ahead.
We'll get back to you. Come on.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What's the most expensive thing you've bought so far?
Oh my God!
And don't lie.
You gonna put me on blast?
And don't lie.
All right, a house.
Yeah, house.
There you go. Easy answer.
House is an investment.
Yes.
Yeah.
The smart answer.
Dang, I should have got more specific.
Yeah, you should have.
Most expensive stupid thing you bought.
No.
Hey, Drake, we talked a little bit about all the great memories that you've had here. What type of emotions do you get when you step back inside the Coliseum?
All the emotions. Excited, happy, sad that I'm not here still sometimes. But you feel all the emotions here, and I just love this place with all my heart, really. I mean, the people here, everybody that has to do everything with the Coliseum and just USC football in general.
Drake, we got a big-time ex-receiver on this team, and Jacoby Lane. He's sort of cutting that same kind of mold. Watching him, he's developed. He had 12 touchdowns last year. Where can he get better? What do you see from him as he sort of fills that Drake London role on this team?
Drake London role. It's his role right now, and he's a smooth route runner, and his ball skills are insane.
Yeah.
He can pluck that thing up out the air like no other. So I'm excited to see what he does this year, and I know he has big goals and big aspirations for sure.
Drake, former hooper here. I know you used to play
legendary
a little basketball here back in the day. We have our own resident former basketball player. It was high school, and he tells us how great he was on it. How many do you think you would put on Cody right there on the court, man? Because he tells us how great he averaged 30 in high school and all this stuff. How many would you put on?
Oh, you averaged 32?
Bakersfield.
Okay.
Bakersfield?
No, we played Modern Day. We played some other schools like that.
How many would you put on him, though? You put him in the post. He's a little tall.
I was a point guard. If I was in the post, I would probably get exposed a little bit. But
A little something light, maybe like a little 30-piece.
There you go.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. We'll go 30 for 30 on that.
Two-sport athlete. Mike Williams was not kind to your jump shot, though. We posted a photo of you the other day. Mike BMW, another guy who was a hooper in high school. It was unkind to your jump shot.
I know.
You anything you want to say back to BMW?
No, that's what I told him. I commented back and I said, at least I made it. I mean, they called me for a travel, but at least I made it.
He'll be down there today. You can talk to him.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say about jump shots because
No? Not your specialty?
No, don't want to talk about it. Something happened this spring, and we're not even going to talk about it. What year are you going into?
Year 4.
Year 4.
Which is insane.
So
crazy.
Who was the toughest DB you've gone against in the league level? Like, man, not zone and like, you got game plan, but real deal man defense.
I mean, there's a few guys. I mean, everybody's just killers up there, but I would say the dude that I had issues with, I think it was my rookie year, Tariq Woolen, dude. Like, he's like 6'5".
He's long.
Yeah. You can move him out the spot, and then he has 4.2 closing speed, so I'll probably say him for sure.
You were part of one of the, in my opinion, legendary wide receiver rooms here at USC with yourself, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Michael Pittman. What has it been like? Yeah, Tyler Vaughn as well. What's it been like, well, specifically for Pittman and Amon-Ra, what's it been like not only yourself, but to see those guys have success in the NFL as well?
It's been amazing. We have a little group chat with Kerry Colbert, and he always texts us right before
That's cool.
Season, make sure we wrote our goals down and stuff like that. But we're always challenging each other and try to make each other better, really try to just get the best of them, try to be better than them, and they try to be better than me or Pitt. So it's just competition.
Is USC wide receiver you right now in the league, or are we?
I think we're underrated. I think we're very, very underrated. I don't think people give us our props for what we have produced, But yeah, I'll say that.
I'm sure everybody here would agree with you.
I was giving Sua a hard time coming up because Sua always likes to talk about his fantasy football team. But you and Penix together, once he stepped in last year, it really became a heck of a combination. It unlocked you, to be real. I mean, you were making bigger plays down the field. It was great to see. How excited are you for this season ahead with the Falcons?
Yeah, I'm absolutely stoked for the season. We got some stuff up our sleeve that we want to show, and then too, we have an amazing gunslinger back there in 9. Like Michael Penix, he's a special breed. So I'm excited to get out there and just really get back to playing football.
Yeah, one more big year here. Back to the table, renegotiation time there, Jordan. Here we go.
Yeah, but Penix is a UW guy, but I do enjoy watching him play. He throws a great ball, pushes it down the field. All right, Sua claims he's as tall as Drake. They tell me they have a picture that is going to. Oh yeah, that's the same height. Those two human beings.
Those
two human beings.
I didn't consent to you screenshotting me.
Bad angle.
And this evidence cannot be used in the court of law.
Hey, follow-up question. You catch a tunnel screen. Sua's back at safety like his early days. He's coming downhill. Who's winning?
I'm delivering CTE to the front door. Come on, man. Come on, man. Wow.
That's a real heavy hitter right there.
Covering one-on-one, he got me.
That's a real heavy hitter right there.
But come on. Now that's my bread.
You guys are the same height.
Yeah, coming down, looking at
jump ball, I'm getting dunked out. But the tackle in the lane, come on.
Yeah, I'll give him that one.
All right.
Don't give it to him.
Don't give him anything. Drake London leading the Trojans out of the tunnel. The man is back in the house. We got a lot of fans out here. Let's get it going for Drake London. Back with more of the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Thank you.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at itrustcapital.com.
I need lifestyle.
As a lifestyle guard, I help people live their best day in the sun. That means keeping the games going. Coming to the rescue when the floaty is too floppy. And delivering high noon when the cooler's empty.
Oh, do you have any peach?
High noon, sun's up.
Hey guys, in Sedano, USC football is back. And Tuesday morning, we'll be talking about it on the debut of the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Tuesday at 7 a.m. on your home of the Trojans, ESPN LA. Fight on!
Talking too much?
Welcome back to the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Sua Cravens, Cody Kessler. Sua, what's it like to meet a humble superstar like Drake London?
Well, it's like looking in a mirror, honestly. Reminds me of myself when I was young.
Yep.
Stoic, patient, and just poised at all times. What a great young man.
Move on, Jordan.
All right, let's see if we can learn something about these Missouri State Bears. It's time for this week's Scouting Report.
It's time for the Scouting Report, brought to you by Stone Brewing, proud partner of USC Athletics.
Now we're going to help you get to know today's opposing team.
Well, today's opposing team is the Missouri State Bears, and they enter FBS, a huge moment for them and their program. They come into Conference USA. They were a Missouri Valley team down in the FCS with some success down there, but this is obviously a level up, Sean, and so this will be an exciting day, I imagine, for their kids and their coaches coming into this place and playing USC, but hopefully a tough day for them.
Yeah, when I was walking in here today, a lot of players down there taking a lot of pictures of the stadium.
Big city, big lights.
Checking out the whole thing here. A group led by Ryan Beard. Like you said, they're stepping up to the FBS level here for the first time, and the schedule starts off with USC, and then it kind of relaxes a little bit. So it'll be a tough start for this team. We'll see if the Trojans can go into a good start, but I'm sure Ryan Beer can teach his team a ton of lessons here in this game if they can put a good showing together.
Cody, their best player, it seems like by far, is their quarterback. He was a player of the year last year, and he gives them a fighting chance in any game that they're in.
Yeah, this is a spread offense, and they love to be balanced. In fact, they were 50-50 pass to run last year, but they were 5th in passing offense and 97th in rushing defense, and a big part of that is quarterback Jacob Clark. He had 3,600 pass yards last year, 26 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. This offense goes as far as he will take them, and what I mean by that is in their 8 wins, he had 23 passing touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and their 4 losses, he only had 3 passing touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So he struggled in those games. This entire offense runs through him. And a fun fact, their offensive coordinator is Nick Petrino. And if that name sounds familiar to my football fans out there, he's the son of legendary coach Bobby Petrino. So it'll be a lot of fun to watch that offense today.
So when you would play against a team like this, as a player, or if you were to approach it from a coach's perspective, what kind of worries you? I mean, obviously you don't want your guys to take a game like this for granted, but what worries you on the field as well when you're facing an opponent you really don't know much about?
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a hypocrite or a liar because we're playing Missouri State. I didn't look at the scouting report. If we even have a problem.
Well, this is the scouting report.
Yeah,
if you're giving the scouting report right now.
I just want to tell the truth, be a little consistent. If we're even in a game at halftime, we have an issue here. So I guess my message to my team would be to not play down to your competition. We've had games, even when we were playing, where we knew we were much better than a team, and we see ourselves in a ball game in the third quarter for absolutely no reason, and that's not what you want to see. But I will say one fun fact about Missouri State: this would have been USC's first non-D1 opponent had they not been promoted. So we're nothing like the SEC still.
This was actually a replacement game. They had a home-and-home set with Ole Miss, but because we don't have a commissioner in college football and we don't have standardized rules, there's no benefit to playing Ole Miss in a head-to-head. So instead you get a Missouri State home bye game. But that's my rant for the day, Sean.
I think when you think about a first game, I think there's always nerves involved, especially with younger kids. You think about NFL, they get a preseason warm-up game. These kids in college, they're right to it. This one counts. This one matters, and it doesn't matter who you're playing sometimes. I remember we opened up a season with San Jose Jose State. Still nervous, still first game of the year, still worried about if you're going to do your job. They haven't found out anything about their team, how they play, what's their style, what they're good at, no identity. So first game of the year, always questions you got to figure out and fill out. And there's always young players like this always be nervous, especially. It doesn't matter who you start with.
I got a question for all you guys. Do you prefer, and I know Jordan didn't play, but like with all of us, you can answer, would you prefer LSU like last year's week one, or do you like playing a Missouri State week one, like Sean mentioned, to where it's almost like a glorified preseason game, and then you can get everything going for the next couple games?
I go with like this.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Especially if I'm a coach, this is what I want to see. I want to get this on field and see how my guys do, and want to see them perform in this situation. But you start off like LSU, they don't know what they're doing. We don't know what we're doing. It's a toss up.
But you learn a lot very quickly in those games, I feel like, in the LSU games.
But I think you do get result variance, and that would bother me in a sport that has such a small sample, which one loss matters so much. I would worry about, oh, man, we were the better team, but it was just week one, and we weren't, kind of ready, and some other things. That would bother me. But, Lincoln Riley did say to us this week, I thought he had an interesting answer. He would really like to adopt that NFL model of joint practices. So then you wouldn't feel the pressure to be like, okay, I would like to have a game where I can see my team against another opponent because I'm out here playing, somebody that is in range that we can drive and play against each other, and then I can see them behind closed doors. What do you think of that?
I think injuries will kill that entire idea because all it takes is one guy to get hurt. All it takes is one star player to get hurt on the road visiting somebody, and some weird beat reporter's like, oh, they might have been, planted for that grass to be wet that morning.
Or it's thud tempo and we get a knee taken out. But yeah. I'm on board with that, Jordan. I think that would be a great idea. You do it in the NFL. I mean, college is the NFL now. We've got NFL free agency, the transfer portal. We got contracts or NIL. Why not do that and let these kids get a little experience instead of going 25-plus days in fall camp going against each other? Now you get to see what you can do against some local other teams.
Sua just broke out a new character there. That was beat reporter. It's a voice. It's a whole thing. There's so many characters.
Get to the bottom of this.
Characters in Sua's locker. All right, what's next, guys? Oh, we're going to take a little big picture. Sua has, I'm sure, some thoughts on the country and the college football playoff and the Big Ten this season. That's all coming up next on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can be an impact player, a clutch hitter, or a wild card. No matter what your game is, the excitement and relaxation you're looking for is here. So get back to the fun and play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It doesn't just have great bones. It was the backbone of your community. So you breathe in new life, grinding away to make space for tomorrow, for your people. This isn't just a restoration. It's a revival. Because you're always willing to double down on your neighborhood. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and there's no place I'd rather be. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere, and time don't matter to me, 'cause I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere.
Hey Trojan fans, this is Coach Lincoln Riley. I'm encouraging you to customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today. Show your Trojan pride with every purchase. You live like a Trojan, so why not pay like one too? Go to wellsfargo.com/Trojans to get in the game. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official retail bank of USC Athletics and Trojans everywhere. Wells Fargo, helping you to pay like a true Trojan. Bite on.
Magical sunsets, a luxury resort like no other. Discover Terranea, located along the stunning Palos Verdes Peninsula in Southern California. Book your getaway to Terranea now at Terranea.com. Not a terrible day to be down by the pool at Terranea, Sean.
Oh, man, that sounds like a dream right now.
Maybe the second best place to be is right here at the Coliseum. It is hot, but we've got football finally, man. It's been a long summer, long off season. Finally, football is set to kick off, and it's a big-time Big Ten season coming up. Let's get to it now in the Cardinal and Gold Report.
It's time for the Cardinal and Gold Report.
The Cardinal and Gold Report.
Presented by Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC football.
You know, I think it's pretty clear in the last couple of years that, at least for now, the Big Ten is the preeminent conference in the country. They've won the last 2 national championships. At least the very top of the Big Ten appears to be better than the very top of the SEC, and then every other conference is sort of drifts after that. And the Trojans found life pretty difficult last year, their first year in the Big Ten. The question is an easy one, guys. Can they compete in the Big Ten here in year 2?
Yeah, got to find a way, and I think that starts with winning on the road. You can't compete in the Big Ten unless you win on the road. Trojans just couldn't get it done. Last year, only road win at UCLA. That's not really a road win, so got to find a way to win on the road, and can they compete with the big dogs, the Ohio States, the Oregons, the Penn States, the Michigans, but also you got to find a way to win games against Maryland and Minnesota. So this is a big figure-it-out year for the Trojans. Got to go on the road and find some big wins if they want to compete in this Big Ten.
I would say they did compete.
Yeah, they did. That's true.
They did technically compete. They lost a lot of games by one score, a lot of close games, and they have what it takes to get the job done. They just got to finish, and that starts with establishing a culture and identity, especially late in the fourth quarter. Are you a game-managing team? Are you the team that takes the shot play and is ultra-aggressive all 4 quarters and doesn't get scared when things seem to be going wrong? Like, that is the question that USC needs to ask on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I would love to say that they can compete in the Big Ten and compete for conference championships year in and year out, but I need to see a couple things first. And the first thing is can Jade Mayava be that next great quarterback under Lincoln Riley and get this offense back to what we're used to seeing under Coach Riley. The other thing is, can USC dominate in the trenches week in and week out on both sides of the football? It can't just be on a week-to-week basis. We were great against Minnesota. We struggled against Iowa back and forth. You have to be dominant all season long. And then the last thing, like Sua just mentioned, can they finish those close games? I know last year we talked about being close and having the lead or close to the lead in almost every game in the fourth quarter, but you can't listen to that anymore. That can't be the narrative. Now you have to find a way to get the job done when you are in those close games.
We're going to throw the AP poll, preseason AP poll up on the screen. Granted, it doesn't mean a whole lot. The beat writers, Sua's favorite people, are out there guessing just like we are at who the best teams in the country are. There's so much mystery, so much change and transition from year to year now. But you're not going to see USC's name up there, Sean. You asked Lincoln Riley about that, this week. I kind of like this program more when it's in an underdog position than when it's getting all hyped up. With that said, ultimately you want to be at the top of that list, let alone on that list. And it is an unfamiliar spot for USC, first time unranked in the preseason since 2019.
Yeah, I think you use it as Lincoln Riley used it as motivation for your team. You talk about it. It's not a big thing you're going to bring up. You're going to say, hey, we're not getting and you can use that underdog kind of mentality. I think, just too many unknowns, I think, for the Trojans. If you're outside looking in, obviously we're in this thing and we know a little bit more, I think, about the Trojans and maybe the outside perspective. But if you're outside looking in, you don't really know about the quarterback. You don't know a ton about this offensive line going out there. The defense, are they going to take a step? Can they create these kind of big plays we're talking about? They got to fill in a lot of answers for, I think, a lot of outside perspective to start believing in the Trojans.
It's funny, Sue. We're going to throw the schedule up there. One thing you said earlier that kind of surprised me is you didn't think it was a particularly difficult schedule. I think your point was that Ohio State and Penn State aren't on it, which is maybe the cream of the crop potentially in the Big Ten. But when I look at it, Sue, I see 3 road games against top 12 teams. They're going to have to really learn how to win on the road to hit what you were talking about record-wise. At Illinois, maybe doesn't scare you as much in terms of the brand name, but they are currently ranked high. And then at Notre Dame and at Oregon, they haven't won in either of those since 2011.
Yeah, well, it's going to have to be that Illinois game if I'm being a realist. And I don't view Illinois as an elite team, which is why I don't say this schedule is necessarily the hardest schedule. The elite teams that I see is November 22nd with Oregon and October 18th with Notre Dame, who we play every single year anyways. And if you have to pass one of those tests, because if you lose to both of those teams, then you don't know anything about your squad. And at that point of the season, what are we even talking about? So for me, a lot of those teams we play are average to above average opponents, which USC should put away, and the one question mark is Illinois.
That 4-game stretch, though, for me, Jordan, is what I worried the most about this conference, outside of weather, right? You're going to Illinois, then you're going to fly back out west and play Michigan at home, then you got to fly back to Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana, then you come back to LA, then you get on a plane again and you go to Lincoln, Nebraska. That is going to be extremely difficult, multiple time zones, all these different things, but we're going to learn a lot about this football team during those 4 games.
2 bye weeks in there too, though. You got
that
is important.
That'll help the physicality, but I look at games like at Nebraska. That's the one they didn't win last year, where you're like, this is a really tough place to play. Maybe it's a beatable team. maybe the talent isn't going to overwhelm you, but it's not bad. But it's a really difficult place to play, and they're going to have to start winning games like that. Tough road games if they want to reach this kind of schedule, the kind of record that these guys were talking about. All right, it's time for everyone's favorite game. It is Name That Trojan.
Ontario International Airport, a proud sponsor of our USC Trojans, is thrilled to bring you that moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to Name That Trojan.
All right, you guys remember how to play. You're going to get 3 clues, one at a time. You only get to answer once, though, so don't be wrong.
Whoever can't use his meta glasses. He can't use these meta glasses during this segment. He's asking her meta already.
All right, let's get that first clue on the screen. It is, he was Super Bowl XL2 champion. What is XL2? 50? No, 42. 40. Super Bowl 42 champion.
Malcolm Smith.
Incorrect.
He's out.
You're out. Now you're out.
Thanks for playing. All right, we're down to 2 Codys. Let's get to clue 2. 2006 All-American. Anyone?
I'm going to need a third clue here, Jordan.
Cody?
Scary.
Okay.
Scared money don't make money.
Jump out there.
Scared money don't make money.
No.
Clue 3.
Here it is.
His brother won Super Bowl MVP. You guys are terrible.
Hold on.
So,
am I back in?
No, you were not back in.
Do you know?
MVP.
He doesn't even know. He's just trying to pretend like
his brother won Super Bowl
ask the question.
MVP. 2006 All-American. He's a Super Bowl champion. Boy, this is a rough start. There's people out there yelling at their screens.
Yeah, that's fair.
Embarrassed that you don't. Sean, you played with 2006 All-American. This is your teammate.
Yeah, I was about to say, how did Sean? This is way before me, but
we've had him on this show. You don't want to guess. You don't even want to wager a guess.
It's going to sound dumb if I guess.
It is going to sound dumb because the biggest clue was given to you by Sua.
I don't listen to Sua.
Well, Malcolm Smith's his brother.
Correct. I don't know. Malcolm Smith's whose brother?
Can I answer now?
No winner. The answer is Steve Smith. Okay. Nobody wins.
And my
my
guess
God.
was on the money, by the way.
How hard? You were so close.
Yeah, you were very close.
Yeah.
Super Bowl? The Giants won the Super Bowl in 2000.
You're damn right we won the Super Bowl. We beat the 18-0 Patriots, Sean.
That.
And that's we. If people were wondering, that is
Giants?
we.
I want you to know I could have answered
Jackson Dart, 2025.
Once you said his brother, I could have answered it.
I know you could.
I will say this. I might put myself on blast here, but I was not a Trojan fan yet. I was only 12 years old.
Scuba Steve.
Let's get out of this segment. I'm embarrassed. Apologies to Steve Smith.
I only put that on there because he was a Giant. That's what Jordan put on. Yeah, it's good.
I saw him and Malcolm last weekend.
I saw
Rally Legends.
With his dad. I was their dad.
I was today years old when Steve Smith and Malcolm Smith were brothers. I just learned that.
Go to break. This is the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive. The next chapter of Audi is here. The fully electric Audi Q6 e-tron.
Hey man, do you have a non-alcoholic beer that
actually tastes good? I think you mean athletic.
Excuse me? Do you have that great non-alcoholic beer?
I'll 7.
Found it.
Do you have a favorite non-alcoholic beer on the menu? Ah.
Athletic it is.
She's funny.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
What if you could use retirement accounts to invest in crypto? With iTrust Capital, you can. iTrust Capital allows you to invest in your favorite crypto assets 24/7 with the tax benefits of an IRA. So instead of paying taxes on your crypto gains every year, you can defer taxes till you retire using an iTrust IRA. Or with an iTrust Roth IRA, you can withdraw tax-free at retirement because you're in this for the long haul. Start investing today at itrustcapital.com.
Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. It's the season opener, USC versus Missouri State. Coming up, kick is just about 45 minutes away. That's us out there on the historic peristyle in the Coliseum, getting ready for this one. And Keely Orr earlier talked to the head coach, Lincoln Riley.
Is your prescription to win, brought to you by USC Pharmacy.
Proud partner of USC Athletics.
USC Pharmacy is operated by the USC Man School.
Learn more at pharmacies.usc.edu.
Coach, so much momentum was gained this offseason, and now it's finally time to play some football. What's your outlook heading into this season?
Excited, Keely. It is. It's been a fun off season. I think a lot of changes that I think are going to benefit our program not only in the long term but for this football season. And yeah, we're ready. We're ready. It's been a great training camp. It's been a lot of fun, but it's time to play somebody else. It's time to get in the Coliseum. Like you can feel the excitement within the walls right now.
Between the brotherhood groups and Coach True, it sounds like there's been some intentional work done to make sure that there's chemistry on this roster. What have you seen in that department? Yeah, it's been fun to see the guys come together in that way. Coach True and his staff, really I think made a strong impact on the team and the entire program this summer. I think that's been a point of just that the team is really galvanized around. And we've seen that just really continue through fall camp. And then just little things you look for are those in those tough days at camp, are there days where the team's not really ready to go and you got to really over motivate them or kind of like try to get them going, and that just never really showed up. I think it's a very competitive team but also a very close team, and you have to have that in these battles. You're going to get into tough moments. There's going to be adversity, at every turn, and your ability as a program and as a team to handle that largely defines what you become, and so that's going to be very important for this team. In terms of Missouri State, it seems like their offense really runs through quarterback Jacob Clark. What kind of test is this for your defense? It's a really good test. I mean, this guy's a really good player. I think it's his 7th year in college. He's played a lot of football. He's seen a lot of things. They got a really good offensive staff, some coaches that have been around some really good offenses that know what it looks like. You watch them schematically, and what they do is really good. It makes sense. And they've got a really good trigger man and a couple of really gifted skill players returning that they have a lot of confidence in, and you can tell those guys are pretty in sync. So, yeah, this is a good offense. I mean, they scored points on everybody last year, and it'll be a really, really good test for our defense here in Game 1. If you could get a question answered about your team on Saturday, what would you like answered? I think the tackling, breaking tackles is always, I think, the first thing in Game 1, just because we certainly have some opportunities to go live where we tackle to the ground in practice, but with college football rules now you can't do it very often. So I think getting out in that environment and seeing how we tackle and break tackles, and then I think just how the team competes together, not on separate sidelines, but everybody together. You want the defense to be able to complement the offense. You want the offense to complement the defense. You want special teams to be complementary as well. So, how we gel together and play together in Game 1, is probably top of the list for me. Alrighty, Coach. Thanks for the time and good luck on Saturday. Thank you.
All right, that was Keely on tape. Now it's time for Keely Live, our high noon game day report with Keely Orr. She's back down there on the sidelines, and you are watching warm-ups. What have you noticed, Keely?
Well, first off, I have to give the disclaimer that it looks like I'm part of Missouri State's secondary right now. I'm trying my best to find an open lane on this sideline, so please forgive the white helmets that are probably in this shot. But it's interesting, you know, Sua talked about a change needed for culture and discipline, and if you listen to what Coach Lincoln Riley said in our interview, he talked about the difference that new director of sports performance for football, Tremaine Carroll, has made. And I mean, we've had a segment called Rate That Drip. That wouldn't be possible this season because they came in with normal warm-ups. Everyone was in the same one. He really emphasizes, Coach Carroll, the need for unity and discipline. He says the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. They didn't even get through the first warm-up when he had his first conditioning session with the Trojans because they were just that unorganized. So today it was interesting. We saw the public debut of his warm-ups. They looked different, very much kind of like a choreographed dance almost, in the sense that everyone was doing the same thing. They knew where they were going. It was all very united in that sense. So I thought it was interesting that Coach True came in relatively, late in the summer, and he's already making an impact.
Yeah, he was signed in May, so he's been over here 2-3 months, so not that long, but obviously has a real point of view on how things should be done. They drop injury reports now. Did you get your hands on one, Keely? What's the report going into the first game? Sounds like this team's a little banged up.
A little bit, yeah, especially in the secondary. Now, there's no real surprises. We got an update from Coach Riley on Friday that Jakeem Stewart was out, and that was confirmed. Alex Graham is also out. Chasen Johnson is out. That was someone who was not fully mentioned. He was a 50-50, so that's also another hit for USC secondary, as well as Anthony Beavers Jr. And it's interesting, if you look at the first depth chart that USC put out on Wednesday night, they're actually, USC's defense is leaning more linebacker heavy. Normally they like running a nickel out there, but they have Eric Gentry listed as the sandbacker and Desmond Stevens listed at Mike, and new Penn State transfer Tamir Johnson listed at Will. So it seems like with the depth issues, they're going more linebacker heavy than putting a DB out there. So interesting. USC used it a little bit with Eric Gentry when he was healthy last season, but I'm wondering how much of that we see today and how much of that was forced by some injuries in the secondary.
Sua, what do you think? Do you believe the depth chart that their base defense will be 3 linebackers today?
Again, because we're playing who we're playing, I think you're going to see a little bit of everything. I don't know if it'll be a base 3 linebacker. It doesn't really make sense to go 3 linebackers, to be honest. If we have the depth on D-line, even with those injuries, we still have guys that need to play and get the reps, and so we can see it now. So I think going D-line first makes the most sense.
Yeah, I think you got a guy like Kamari Ramsey out there. You can use him in a lot of different ways. Eric Gentry's very flexible. So guys like that who you can kind of move around and shift around, it helps for Lynn to game plan those guys.
We only have one more segment to go, guys. It's the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Intensity doesn't ask for permission. In the fit, it's presence. On the turf, it's power. In the gym, that's discipline. In the shadows, under pressure, off the clock. There's no on or off. It's just who I am.
All right, team, listen up. There's a national blood shortage. Big Ten schools, how do we get students, fans, alumni to donate? Hit me. Give them merch. Not quite like that. Who can beat it? Chance of the President's Suite? Classy. Campus concert. Keep the ideas coming, team. Don't let your school get one up. Save lives and help win your school $1 million. Hey, whose hand is that?
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early mornings, planning, precision, sweat, sacrifice, and teamwork. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in their game. Old Dominion Freight Line, helping the world keep promises.
final segment of the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. Trojans out there on the field ready for the season opener against Missouri State. Should be a fun one. After this, we throw it up to the booth, and Pete Arbogast, the voice of the Trojans, back on the call once again this season. Sean Cody will join him as well. We'll have John Jackson as part of the broadcast, Jason Schwartz on the postgame and halftime. Sua stays with us. I'll head down to the sideline. We got a whole crew. Cody Kessler and Keely Orr have their podcast recap coming out tomorrow. So a lot of coverage for you of USC all season long. Just stay right here on our YouTube channel, and you will get it all. Hey, guys, it's our favorite time of the year, the Old Dominion Best in the Game picks.
The best in the game
is brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line,
official freight carrier of USC Athletics,
helping the world keep promises.
We're going to start by looking at last year's final standings, and what do we have? Oh, my God, it's a tie for champions, Sua Cravens and Jordan Moore. Oh, my God. Sean, please get out of the way. Winners only.
Yes.
Winners only.
Sean, we tied for second. Tied for second. Good job.
Don't touch me. I'm a winner.
Good job, brother.
Who ties? What kind of lame?
Yeah.
We're going to have to figure out a tiebreaker this year.
Split the pot.
Nice tie.
Sure.
Nice tie, guy. Way to go.
Are we able to throw it to Keely to get her pick back? You know, we're up here now. We can't have Keely come all the way up here. But Keely, who is your pick for best in the game? You're getting on the board this year, Keely.
I believe
in you.
Thank you. You know, I think I heard Sua say earlier in this show that he wants Eli Sanders to have a big game, and I agree. Yep. He is my pick for best in the game. So Coach Riley said that he was the best player in fall camp this year, so I got to put it on Eli Sanders.
Cody Kessler, what you got?
I'm going with Walker Lyons. I expect him to have a bigger role this season, and I'm expecting, or no, you know what? I'm guaranteeing 2 touchdowns today down in the red zone from Walker Lyons.
You're guaranteeing 2
Guaranteeing 2 touchdowns. Put it on the board. I got to be confident this year.
Dying to know what happens if he doesn't get 2 touchdowns.
A year ago. Yeah.
What does that guarantee me? We will find out. Sua, what are you guaranteeing?
Keely, you heard me halfway right, because I do want Eli to eat, but out the backfield from the pass from the quarterback, Jaden Maiava. Let's just go ahead and secure the win. I want to thank everybody for coming to the game. Getting on the board this early is monumental to bringing that dub in the postseason. So thank you.
Sean, I mean, there's so much strategy, guys, going on. You can only play the quarterback once. Sua thinks he can do it and get the win today. Wait for this strategy pick. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, I wasn't the champion last year, but the year before I was able to pull it in, and the strategy I imposed was bringing that in that first early game. You gotta play this game the right way, guys. And I'm going with Hassan Longstreet, guys. He's gonna get in there today. The Trojan offense going to run this thing up. Hassan's going to be there at halftime slinging that ball, and Jaden Maiava won't have any stats, and Hassan Longstreet's going to be the player of the game, everybody.
Freshman QB maybe going to make his debut here today. We had a great time with Braylon Shelby on Trojans Live on Monday, so that's where I'm going. Loved his vibe, loved his energy coming into the new year. I think the pass rush is the key to this team this season. Looking forward to Shelby setting the tone here today. Real quick, guys, the Heat, we haven't talked about it. I mean,
we haven't talked about it? I've been talking about it the whole time.
In terms of the competition.
It's a big guy.
You want to get in and get out today, right?
Oh, yeah, man. If I'm a starter, I'm getting in there. Let's get this thing done by halftime, and we get some guys rolling.
All right, that's us. We're going to get in and get out and send it up to the booth. Thank you to everyone that makes the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI happen. For Cody Kessler, Sua Cravens, Sean Cody, I'm Jordan Moore. Fight on. The season opener's next.
You've been listening to the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. Brought to you by
YETI. We make gear that helps you stay out longer, travel farther, and live harder.
Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC football.
Stone Brewing, proud partner of USC.
Trojan family, this is Brian Jackson. Welcome to the Coliseum. I hope you have a great time. Fight on.
Hey, Trojan fans. This is Killian O'Connor. Welcome to the Coliseum. Enjoy the game and fight on.
Hey, Trojan fans. It's Anthony Beavers here. Welcome to the Coliseum and enjoy the game. Fight on.
Hey, Trojan family. Corey Sims here. Great to have y'all out here. Have fun. Enjoy the game. Fight on.
Coliseum for today's matchup, featuring the visiting Missouri State Bears and the home team, your University of Southern California Trojans, home of 137 national championships. We hope you enjoy the entire game day experience this afternoon, and we remind you to follow the Trojan Spirit Code by showing respect for all fans in attendance. Thank you, and fight on. USC has assigned a high priority to assuring all athletic events are conducted in a safe and enjoyable atmosphere. In compliance with the Trojan Spirit Code, please respect all fans in attendance. For immediate assistance during the game, please speak with the closest usher or security personnel. To report any incidents of fan misconduct, please call the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum Fan Behavior Hotline. That number is 213-263-4007. Or you can text Coliseum with your seat location and a description of the situation to 213-263-4007. Again, that number, 213-263-4007. We thank you for your cooperation and hope you enjoy the game. And fans, be sure to sign in to the USC Network Fight On for faster service. Fans, snap a selfie and tag it with hashtag USC Selfie, and you just might see yourself up on the video board during today's game. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at USC_athletics. And now let's take it down to our DJ booth as it's time to feed the beast with Monster Energy and DJ Malski.
Thanks, Eric. Hey, Trojan fans, how you feeling out there? Oh, come on, we're gonna need you loud and proud today. Today's day one. We're gonna make history this season. We're going all the way up. I'm predicting right now. Who's ready to get this win today? Let me hear you. That's right. All right, I'm right here in my Monster Energy drink DJ booth, getting it popping. I'm setting the trend, setting the tone all game long for you. But what we're gonna need you is we're gonna need you to be loud and proud, just how the Trojans do. Are you guys ready to do that? That's what I'm talking about, all right? So get prepared for a great game, a lot of new stuff, and let's get to it. Let me hear you say, fight on. Let's get to it. Hey fam, right now we're gonna put on what's fancy. We're gonna call a selfie cam. Scan the QR code and you can join our selfie cam now. Your camera becomes the camera on the board. So scan the QR code now and show us your party.
momentum heading into this game?
Our team's excited. We've battled all offseason. I'm excited about the additions, both our players, the coaching staff. You work hard to get to a day like this. It's great to be back in the Coliseum. We can't wait to play.
What are you hoping to learn about your team today?
Just how we compete together. You know, fall camp and spring, you're going against one another every single day. So now we all get to get on one sideline, get to compete against an opponent, and look forward to making it a great day.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Thanks. Fight on.
My guy, let's go. Wake up, are you sure? I don't want you. I want you to enjoy it. That's important that you come in and see the sun play and enjoying the experience of these guys. Dr. Roman is just got the sword. He's going to run around this way. What I do is just kind of block jumpers and then right now he's falling out.
Members of the Trojan family, presenting the Spirit of Troy, the University of Southern California Trojan Marching Band. Band, take the field. Drum major Zach Eggleton, twirler Michelle Johnson, and the SC Silks. Featuring the world-famous USC song and spirit leaders, here is our double platinum hit with Fleetwood Mac, Tusk. To honor our great nation and those serving in the armed forces, will you please rise and remove your caps for the presentation of the colors by the University of Southern California ROTC Color Guards. Joining the color guard on the field is a representative of the SoCal Pipe Trades, CTNCA, and IBEW NECA of LA County, proud supporters of USC athletics and our military veterans. Today we honor this week's student veteran of the game, Brianna Ramirez. As a lifelong USC football fan, Brianna grew up watching Trojan games with her grandfather. She would later serve in the U.S. Air Force, being stationed in Europe and Utah. She is currently studying health promotion and disease prevention at the USC Keck School of Medicine, with plans on becoming a surgeon. Please join us in welcoming Brianna Ramirez as our student veteran of the game and thanking her for her service. Please remain standing and join in singing as the Trojan Marching Band, under the direction of Dr. Jacob Vogel, plays our national anthem. And now, collegiate football's greatest battle cry, Conquest. The Trojans mascot, Traveler. The Spirit of Troy, the University of Southern California Trojan Marching Band. Trojan fans, here are today's Audi keys to the game.
Walk down, walk backwards, walk backwards. Walk with it. Put your hand on it, hand in hand. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Put your hand over here. Ask them if they want water.
Referee microphone check. Referee microphone check. Referee microphone check.
Trojan family, we are less than a minute from getting started. Who's excited and who's ready to get this win? We need to hear you right now. Oh no, you gotta get louder than that. You gotta get louder than that. It's time to start the party. What section is gonna be the loudest section today?
Stepping up in the pocket on 2nd down and long. Has a man downfield. Drake London breaking free. London inside the 10. They can't get him down. Into the end zone for the SC touchdown.
To the end zone again for London, who makes the catch. And London catches with one hand. Touchdown USC.
Talk about the catch of the year.
And now please turn your attention to the tunnel. And your tunnel captain for today's game, 2021 Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year, Drake London.
Trojan family, are you ready for some football? Yes, sir. The Trojans are here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Late, look at these dollars they want. Moving on Molly. Pass out the brothers. Pass out the brothers. Moving on brothers. Sits on my body.
Keys on my body, and that's on my keys. I keep with nobody. You know what this is. The vets and the books, we just do a party.
What you listening to is that? It's up.
Eliante go big. White gold leaf fall on the belly. The Emerald Cup for her. That shit on point like ASAP Rally. I'm talking about.
Guess who's back?